Can you speak in English? Can I speak to someone who can speak English? There must be someone in the Ministry of Health who can speak English.
Ich habe hier jemanden, der spricht nur Englisch. Können wir mal den Kollegen fragen, ob der besser Englisch spricht? Wunderbar, danke.
Yeah, okay. Can I sit down or my ankle's broken? No. Bisschen English Sie sprechen?
Ja, aber ganz wenig.
Oh, this is the frog, is it?
Oh.
But that's an area anyone can sit, no? Hi, morning.
How can I help you?
I have an issue. I've been to two arts cameras, one in Trier and the one in Düsseldorf, and my treatment has been horrendous. And specifically, I spoke to the director of the arts camera in Trier because I was living there, but the actual problem happened in the Northwest Rhine region.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really want to talk about this.
Do you want to speak with someone here?
Yes, please. Well, the thing is,
With whom?
well, someone who can deal with this, because I live in Trier, but I had to come and do the complaint here, and this has gone on 7 months. And I physically went to the arts camera in Düsseldorf, and
I think you're wrong here. This is a ministry for regional work and social. It's not for living here.
No, it was to do with a health issue.
But this ministry.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is I was told the ministry, look, if the arts camera is a dead end, they won't even answer emails. You have to. What I'm trying to say is the director at the arts camera in Trier said, if you get denied like this, you have to go to the ministry.
So you want to speak with someone from our.
Yes, because, well, the thing is, the director of the arts camera in Trier said, if this is the reaction you get from the arts camera, you have to go to governmental level. It's your only option.
I tried to find someone from our health division.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they can speak with you.
Well, the thing is, the actual director, I just got them from an application in Düsseldorf. It's like anything, right? If you work in a business, you go to, this is the next level.
I spoke with someone from our health division.
Okay, and they can speak a little English, because my German is very bad.
I hope so. I'm not sure that they can speak with you.
But I have no one else to talk to, and basically the director in the arts camera in Trier said, anyone has the right, if you are treated the way you were in the arts camera in Düsseldorf, to go to the. I've even contacted the president in the Artskammer in Düsseldorf and explained what happened.
Yeah.
It was violent.
Okay.
In an Artskammer, which is supposed to be looking after my health. So they said, your next legal option is to go to the ministry because it's a government, they're higher than the Artskammer.
But normally you write an email or something like
No,
that.
but the problem is, this has gone on 7 to 10 months with email after email after email after email, and it just either doesn't get replied to, you're given a generic mailbox, no one will talk to you. I could have died. Let's put it that way.
I'm not sure that is a right institution for you.
But
if you're living in Trier, it's being the Rheinland-Pfalz.
No, sir. What I'm saying is I lived there. The hospitals and medical care that I had was in this region. The case against...
But if you're an inhabitant of Rheinland-Pfalz...
No, it doesn't work like that.
But I tried to find someone who can speak with you.
3 hospitals in Cologne.
Okay, I tried to find someone.
And the Artskammer, I dealt...
Wait a few minutes, please. Okay?
Yep.
Ob jemand mit ihm reden würde, wenn nicht, dann
Can I ask one other question? Can I ask one? Can I talk?
Ganz genau. Was war das? Bitte. Morgen von Fahrmann. Hier unten an der Pforte steht ein junger Mann, der spricht nur Englisch. Der möchte sich für Ärztekammern beschweren. Hat er wahrscheinlich, so wie sich das alles war, in mehreren Kliniken in Nordrhein-Westfalen. Spricht nur Englisch. Und jemand von
Our health division is looking for someone who can speak with
Okay,
you.
no, that's fine. If someone can speak to me, because honestly...
But it will
not-
need a few minutes.
That's no problem, as long as I
Yeah.
speak to someone, because when I email, I've telephoned, I've emailed, even if you call the director, he's a very nice guy, Paul, in the Artskammer in Trier, he said your life came close to death, like it's been that bad.
But I'm not
If you
sure if they find someone
Well, also, you said this is the Ministry for Social
social, for health, and work.
and Employment. Okay, because I also need to talk to someone Well, maybe I could talk to this.
But normally, this is not a
No, but the problem is,
ministry.
Right,
You
but
can always
I understand that.
come in
It's not like a walk-in
hey,
clinic, I
no,
get it. But what I'm saying is, my scenario with work and health, and they're both related, has gone on since September 2016.
Sure.
Horrendous. And I sent about, must be well over 1,000 emails trying to resolve this. And the problem that I have, and the only reason I'm left to come to a government thing, is they're lying. Even when I went to the Düsseldorf, I basically asked the questions. It turned out they were all lying. So I have no option but to go higher.
No, I'm sure, but I work here for interior things.
Yes.
Not for.
I understand. I get it.
Special things.
Yeah, but you understand why I'm left with no choice. I
okay.
almost died, and you're lying.
But I have to look if someone speak with you.
Well, I mean, if they didn't, it would be barbaric. I've been put through hell.
But they are not
But they
able
work,
to.
they work in the government. They can basically they're higher level than the arts camera. They can contact the arts camera.
Sure.
As of right now, the arts camera is refusing to reply because one of the people who said they were dealing with it legally wasn't even supposed to deal with it, did illegal conduct, and the president of the arts camera is refusing to talk to me. You're above them. You could contact him and say you have to talk to this guy. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
But please wait.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I can come in. Alright.
So, my name is Lila, and
Okay, is it possible we could sit down because my ankle's sore? Basically, I was told to come to the ministry, so now I understand the ministry is not a walk-in clinic, right? I do get that. But I have come to near death several times because of health scenarios in this region. I don't live in this region anymore, but I have 3 major problems with hospitals in Cologne.
hospitals.
Yes, I was treated horrifically to now I now have medical problems because of the treatment. I wrote emails to the professors. So, I mean, basically, I went into a hospital, my hand was infected. badly, and it was going up my arm, and I had doctors basically saying, this is now becoming extremely dangerous, you need to go to the hospital. I was denied hospital care 4 times. They didn't register me. They had no idea I was in the clinic, and I actually had PDFs from the professors in the emergency and dermatology saying, oh, we made a big screw up. And then when I threatened legal action, they're now saying I was never in the hospital.
Okay.
So that's not good.
Right.
Right, so then I basically sent, the other one was St. Hildegardis, where I was refused food. My catheter was broken, they wouldn't fix it. I actually had to have a German gentleman, a stranger, go into the bathroom with me and help fix my catheter because the urine was actually going the other way. It was getting dangerous.
Yes. Sounds not good, yeah.
3 hospitals refused to take my IV drip out, and I knew a nurse who was in Cologne who actually came to the hospital and took it out. I was given the medical notes in, I'm quite tired because of all of this, St. Hildegardis, the Uni Clinic, and San Antonio's. When I was in Cologne, I got hit with a baseball bat, and I had a major concussion, and I can't see out my eye properly. When I went there, they had given me a junior doctor, couldn't give a diagnosis properly, and I said I feel very unwell. I was vomiting everywhere, I was refused food, they gave me the wrong medication, they gave me on discharge, they gave me someone else, Mohammed's medical notes, so they gave my medical notes to somebody else, and this went on and on and on so this started well over 14 months ago, and I can't get another job because, I mean, I've lost all my money, my career is now in jeopardy, and I contacted the Arztkammer in Düsseldorf.
Yes.
Now, I'd basically been going back and forth with them, and they gave me a person who said, okay, they'll be dealing with it. So I sent them all the information, and I heard 0, and that was for at least 6 months.
Okay.
So basically, I'm normally a senior IT manager, right? And I'm reduced to virtually nothing. And I went there, and the lady came out, Pia, who was supposed to be dealing with it, and a lawyer, he came out, so there was 2 of them. And they were about as verbally violent as you can get, and it was clearly trying to intimidate me to go away. Now, the Arztkammer is a public house, right? You can walk in, you can have a rest. Well, I was told it was.
Yeah. More or less.
Right. So basically, it turns out she was completely the wrong person that shouldn't have been dealing with it. She hadn't been dealing with it. The only reason I knew to even come here, because I now stay in Trier, because I was getting blasted in this region.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
I went to the director, I spoke to the top guy, Paul, in the Arztkammer in Trier. He contacted the Arztkammer here and he said, something's not right, they're not behaving correctly. And what happened is the Arztkammer was supposed to contact these 3 hospitals and find out what happened, and never did.
Yeah, they're responsible for the doctors.
No, but I gave the specific doctors
Yes.
who did it.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not
okay.
talking about the hospital, I'm talking about the doctors. Names, addresses, the professors, because I talked to the professors personally,
Yes. Yeah, okay.
and then once they realized how horrific, I'm now on permanent medication.
Yeah.
They then started to say, oh, we're not the right department to deal with it, you should have sent it to this department. I said, well, you didn't tell me that. So what I did was I got the forms, I filled it out while I was there because I traveled a long way, and I said, look, considering you've pretty much not told me the truth from the start, and the Arztkammer said, in Trier, this is how it started, when they contacted the Arztkammer in Düsseldorf, they said, why is it taking you over 4 months to get a reply from 3 hospitals? He said that timeline makes no sense, and that's why he suggested to me that I go there. When it got really bad was when I spoke to both of them, as I started to ask questions, I'm like, okay, that's not what you said to me 2 months ago. Okay, that's not what you put in your email. And then they said, okay, you know what? Maybe you should leave and write this form. And I said, why, can I write it now? No, you need to leave the building. And that's when I started to say, I said, but it's a public house. I'm just writing the form you've given me.
Yeah. Okay.
So then what happened is I gave it to security, and then all of a sudden they couldn't speak English. So I got 2 people to come over who could speak English, and they said, sure, we'll get someone from that department to come down and speed it up. Pia and this other lawyer who...
Do you know his name? Schulenburg? Or?
No, because I wasn't given the name of the
Okay.
people who were actually supposed to deal with it. What I'm saying is, Pia and this other lawyer then came back down and were physically threatening me to get out or they call the police. And I'm like, but this is supposed to be looking after my health. I have a major health issue
Yes.
where I can't see out my eye properly, and you're threatening to call the police because I'm filling out the form that you gave me? And this has now gone on way too long. And the thing is I understand it's the ministry, but I contacted the president of the Arts Camera
Okay.
and explained what happened, and I said I need an urgent appointment
Did he answer?
for at least over a month now. No,
Okay.
and I am at a complete dead end. Dead end.
Yeah. So will you stay here in Germany and Trier and Cologne for a long time, or are you?
Look, I've almost lost my career. I have a big legal battle with my job, and the reason I ended up in hospital in the first place is because I have a big legal battle in Munich. That's why I got attacked. That's why I ended up in hospital 3 times, because I have a lot of evidence against SAP and Sky Deutschland in Munich. So it's
Okay.
all connected. So in reality, considering this is to deal with the health, to deal with the social, and to deal with the work, I am in the right ministry.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So I'm responsible for the Ärztekammer, and if you give me your name.
Yep,
And,
I mean, I can give you my ALK health card.
Yes. Okay. Get a pen.
Do you have some water? No. But the point is that my health is now in serious danger purely because it's taking so long.
Okay.
I need someone to do something.
Yes. I understand.
It's complete blocking. I've even gone back into the Arts Camera to say, look, who can I talk to? And it's just denial of. And I had emails going back and forth with the Arts Camera, and then all information just stopped. And I can't get enough. My whole life is on hold because no one is doing anything.
So could you send me any documents?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually went to seek some legal advice as well, and they said, from what I'm explaining, this is totally wrong. Well, if you have PDFs from professors saying, we don't even have you registered in the hospital, and you were given wrong medical care, and then deny that you're not in the you were never in the hospital.
Yeah, that sounds really strange. So,
That's bad. And that was in the uni clinic.
I understand your points, and
And I now have a permanent I have to put steroid on my hand every day. It's not good. So
Alexandra-Christina.weber@max.nrw.de. That's my email address. So.
okay, so how quickly? So let's say I'm gonna go and email you now, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
And I will ask the Ärztekammer about your topic, and they should.
I would
send
like
me
at minimum an interview with because the thing is, when I went to reception, they did say, when you've been treated so bad, because a lot of them were listening to what was happening, they said, the only reason I know Pia shouldn't have been the one who legally was dealing with my case is when she left, they said, she shouldn't have had your case, it's got nothing to do with her. At no point over 6 months did she tell me that.
Yeah.
6 months. So all I said was, based on what's happened, I contacted the president and his assistant, 0 reply.
Okay.
Can you do me one last favor, if it's possible, whilst I'm here? Because I've traveled a long way. I'm having a similar problem with my employment. My employment was not in this region, right? Is there any way to find out where the address is? My employment was in Munich, so it's in Bavaria. Because I've been going to Bonn quite a lot, right? Trying to save my life practically. So rather than going to the national ministries, is it possible to find out the address for the exact same building here in Bavaria?
In Bavaria.
I was in Munich. All I would need is this exact same building
but that would
The
deal with
Ministry of Health or
the Ministry
no,
of Work.
Of work.
But if it's in the same building, if they would deal with
In
Munich.
Bavaria, I'm not sure. I don't think they are in the same building. I think they have a different.
Is there any way you could find out? Because then I will do the exact same travel that I've come to meet you. The thing is all I've been doing is being given a whole bunch of generic emails, and unless I speak to someone in person, like I'm doing to you now, nothing is ever going to happen.
Yeah. Can you write me your email address?
Yes,
and,
no problem.
Maybe your mobile.
Phone number, yeah.